Hi guys and welcome to Thrustzone.com. This is Mohit Soni. This is a quick review of the Kia Seltos HTK Plus variant. We are driving the 1.5 petrol motor with a CVT gearbox, and as you can see, this is a mid-spec variant which costs rupees 15.50 lakh rupees. At the same time, this variant gets a lot of things that you don't expect, but it is also obviously short on certain features which I will show you what it doesn't have, because we all know that what it gets and on the top end variant, but we'll have to see what the middle spec variant is all about. And it's great that Kia is sending out these middle variants as well, because this is a very important trim for them, because it sort of comes just under 20 lakh rupees on road. And this is also a popular variant in one way or the other in certain parts of the country. What you can see is you get the similar grille with the LED lights and LED DRS. The projector lights are here with the halogen unit, and so is the same halogen unit down there. On the side you get a similar design, and you've got the black cladding and everything, but the alloy wheels are very different. And it's got this high profile tire look. At this on the top end variants, of course, you get a a higher profile, lower profile variant of the tires. And at the back you still get the nice LED facelifted lamps with the IVT badging over there, and the LED bar is on offer as well. It gets front and rear parking camera and a rear reverse camera. That's the boot. That's how it looks like. How is the space favor tire? It's a steel wheel unit. Of course, no electronic tailgate. At the back you get similar seat space, AC vents, charging points. You've still got sun blinds, which is absolutely brilliant. Adjustable headrests at the front, not at the back, but you've got a 3-point seat belt at the back now in the middle row. Those are the speakers and the door pads and the space to keep some stuff. You of course have powered windows here, and you can easily control the AC vents like this. That's the big sunroof. That's the big talking point. You get a full-size panoramic sunroof, which is impressive. You got a hook and a light here and a grab handle as well. So that's what the rear seat is all about. Continues to be good in terms of thigh support and legroom, knee room, and headroom as well. Keyless entry and go, push button start, traction control, auto start stop for the engine. The similar AC controls that we've seen in the bigger Seltos as well. You don't get a wireless charger here, but you've got these fast charging points, which is actually much better than the wireless charger. Some space to keep some stuff, cup holders, space to keep some stuff here as well. Idea of the glove box is same as before. The screen of course is smaller. The instrument cluster stays the same. You also get a lot of features here. As you can see, you still got the tire pressure monitoring system, which is brilliant. Trip meters, odometer, so since last reset, last refuel. And this still has a wired Apple CarPlay and wired Apple Android Auto, which is also seen on the top end variant. It doesn't even have wireless there, so that is something that is still missing for some reason. I guess the Hyundai Group is about to reveal a big infotainment change in the coming years with their next update for sure, because this has become extremely dated now, not having a wireless option. But the rest of the screen is just about okay. Everything works quite well. It looks good enough, and the touch response is great, but the fonts and the graphics is very dated now. It's not even a color display, but you've got a lot of adjustment. You can up the display brightness. You've got the general settings. You can switch this button here and here as well, and the usual things are on offer. It's very happy to see that there is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay here, but it is wired after all, just like the top end variant. The AC works quite well. You've got fabric seats here and not leatherette seats like on the HTX. Plastic quality is good. IRVM is manual. That's the sunroof controls right there. You've got the steering wheel adjust only for rake, not reach. Yeah. You don't have ventilated seats or powered seats on both sides. Both of them are manual, but you get a manual adjustable height adjust for the seat belt, which is quite impressive. Yeah, steering controls, cruise control is on offer. Of course, ADAS is missing, and the instrument cluster remains the same. So a couple of features missing, including ADAS, ventilated seats, powered seats, and all of that. But I think this is a very good variant. I have driven this car a lot. This is the 1.5 petrol with the 113 PS of power, 144 Newton meters of torque, made it to a CVT gearbox. How does it drive, and what is my verdict? Let's find out. Out driving the Kia Seltos HTK Plus with a 1.5 petrol motor, naturally aspirated of course, that is mated to a CVT gearbox, that is also mated to pedal shifters on the steering column here, and how is it like to drive? Well, I drove the facelifted, the original version of the same engine. I was lucky to get my hands on it, and surprisingly, I'm riding it again, and there are no changes to report because I actually rode the IMT version, and now I'm driving the CVT version. So that's the only difference between these two cars. And as always, we know a naturally aspirated engine with a CVT gearbox always works really well, only if you are driving in city conditions and only if you are driving very sanely, because you get a good amount of low end and mid range torque. Top end isn't that great, and that is the reason why it's best suited for city runs and very low mileage runs. So if your office commute is, let's say, 10-15 kilometers every day, or you just make sure that a monthly or a yearly kilometer of yours run is under 15,000, 20,000, you can definitely look forward to this car, because it can deliver a very good fuel efficiency of 13 to 14 kilometers per liter in the city. On the highway, that number jumps to almost 17 and a half, and that results in a real life range of around 700, 750 kilometers of range, and that is very, very impressive. I think that is a very good number. The fuel efficiency numbers are good, but a combined fuel efficiency number of intercity and highway, and what we did basically is the Mumbai Pune run and back. We're driving in Mumbai, we drove in Pune a bit, and what we've realized is that you have to be very careful with the fuel efficiency numbers. You have to drive it in eco mode all the time, and that is what isn't really fun. And this engine, this gearbox isn't about fun in the first place. So this has to be a very conscious decision from you, that you need a mid-size SUV just to commute on a daily basis, because that is what the uh, naturally aspirated 1.5 liter motor is all about with the CVT gearbox. You have paddle shifters, you can get control, but the moment you floor it, exiting corners or driving fast or anything like that in a controlled situation or on these restricted segments of the public road, you will realize that the punch is missing. But what you will really appreciate, and what I've appreciated over the week, is that how easy this car is to live with on a daily basis. You just get inside, go, and you're done. It doesn't, it's a legitimate commuter, and it is just very easy to drive. Sit inside, the steering is light, the gearbox is smooth, the operation is great, the brakes feel really nice and progressive and easy to use. Then nothing really is very jerky, and that is what makes the Seltos always a very very impressive buy from my end. Is all because this is something that aids in everyday use, and it never fails to impress you. I have been driving the Seltos since 2019, over time and again, over its variants, over for long trips, short trips, everyday trips, and I've just realized that the Seltos is just too easy to drive, too easy to live with on a daily basis. Everything is just well damped, the road wind noise is well in check, the engine noise inside is bare minimum, and all of this just makes it a very, very impressive car to live with. Of course, this is the HTK Plus variant. You still get a sunroof, and you are devoid of the features like I told you earlier in the walk around video. This is something that appeals to a certain audience who's not looking for much frills. They're looking for a car which comes just under 20 lakh rupees, and it's 16 lakh rupee ex showroom price, 15.50 lakhs to be precise, is a very good number, considering you're getting a good amount of features. Not all of them. You've got your cruise control, you've got a good sound system, and you've got an AC that works quite well. Of course, there is no ventilated seats, there is no wireless charger, but the fast charging points work really well. The Apple CarPlay Android Auto is still wired even on the top end variant, and it's got enough charging points, so it's a slightly above basic variant. I think this fits just right. I haven't missed anything that I look forward to. You've got a nice sunroof to live with, and that is what sums up my time with the Seltos HTK Plus. It's a variant which gets a lot of things right. There is, of course, the HTK X, which is even more highly spec'd, and it gets leather seats over fabric seats, and a couple of more features. That is it. This variant definitely does appeal. I do see these variants on the road, and now I understand why. It is great from Kia to actually provide us a mid-spec variant to drive, and it's only Kia who does that, and we're really happy that this is happening, so that we can test drive the car and tell you about it. At the same time, a review like this can happen, which you guys find very easy to understand, despite we're writing about everything on our website anyways. very impressed with what the Seltos has to offer and in this HTK plus manual HTK plus variant, and highly recommended if you're looking for a car very specifically just under 20 lakh rupees. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time in the next video. Until then, goodbye.